Fantastic Four post-credit scenes explained. Doctor Doom's MCU debut. Brace yourselves, Marvel fans. The Fantastic Four have finally arrived in the MCU, and with them comes a whirlwind of post-credit scenes and connections to the upcoming Avengers Doomsday. Let's dive into the thrilling details and unpack what's in store for our favorite superhero team. The Fantastic Four First Steps, directed by Matt Shakman of WandaVision fame, introduces us to the iconic quartet. Reed Richards, Pedro Pascal, Sue Storm, Vanessa Kirby, Ben Grimm, Eben Moss-Backrack, and Johnny Storm, Joseph Quinn. The movie pits these superpowered astronauts against Galactus, Ralph Ineson, a cosmic entity with an unquenchable appetite for planets. This film marks the beginning of Phase 6 of the Marvel Cinematic Universe, culminating in two massive Avengers crossover films. Like most MCU movies, The Fantastic Four First Steps features multiple post-credit scenes. The first, shown midway through the credits, sets the stage for the team's next big adventure. This scene takes place 4 years after their battle with Galactus. We see Sue reading a story to her son, Franklin Richards. After finishing the book, she steps away to grab another, ignoring Rebie's suggestion. Sensing something amiss, Sue charges her powers and finds a mysterious cloaked figure interacting with Franklin. While the figure's face is not shown, his green cloak and mask hint that this is none other than Doctor Doom. This marks the first appearance of the iconic villain in the MCU. Doctor Doom, also known as Victor Von Doom, debuted in Fantastic Four number 5 from 1962 and has been a formidable foe ever since. In the comics, he is both a scientific genius and a sorcerer from the fictional country of Latveria. Doom's introduction has been highly anticipated since Marvel Studios' presentation at San Diego Comic-Con last year. One of the biggest announcements was the retitling of the 5th Avengers film to Avengers Doomsday and the return of Robert Downey Jr. as Doctor Doom. While Doom's exact interest in Franklin is not revealed, it's plausible that the child's powers would be appealing to a supervillain. This encounter also hints at why the Fantastic Four eventually make their way to the universe MCU, where the rest of the MCU heroes reside. First Steps is set on Earth 828, a retro-futuristic world in a separate corner of the Marvel multiverse. However, the Thunderbolts post-credit scene shows the Fantastic Four spacecraft Excelsior appearing in their world on Earth 616. Could Doom have kidnapped young Franklin and taken him to an alternate universe? Whatever the reason, Samuel Stern's warning from the Captain America Brave New World MCU post-credit scene was apt. The multiverse is coming. Fans might wonder how the Fantastic Four post-credit scene might have played out had the studio not altered its original plans to feature Kang the Conqueror as the franchise's next big bad. In the comics, Kang and Franklin are part of the same family tree, so it's easy to imagine him as the surprise interloper Sue sees. Either way, a magical nanny might have been helpful. Marvel Studios pivoted from its original plan after Kang actor Jonathan Majors was convicted on assault and harassment charges in 2023. The second Fantastic Four First Steps credit scene is shown after the full credits roll and serves more as a fun bonus and tribute to the team's animated past. Avengers Doomsday, hitting theaters on December 18th, 2026, will be a massive MCU crossover featuring members of the Fantastic Four, the Thunderbolts, New Avengers, and more. Confirmed cast members include veteran Avengers actors Chris Hemsworth, Thor, Anthony Mackie, Sam Wilson, Captain America, Sebastian Stan, Bucky Barnes, Paul Rudd, Scott Lang, Ant-Man, and Tom Hiddleston, Loki, as well as Florence Pugh, Yelena Belova, David Harbour, Alexei Shostakov, Red Guardian, Lewis Pullman, Bob Reynolds, Wyatt Russell, John Walker, and Hannah John Kamen, Ava Star Ghost. Up next for the MCU is Wonder Man, a series starring Yahya Abdul-Mateen II that will debut on Disney Plus in December. The next Phase 6 film is Marvel and Sony's Spider-Man Brand New Day, slated for a July 2026 release. But here's where it gets controversial. Some fans argue that introducing Doctor Doom so early might overshadow the Fantastic Four's individual stories. What do you think? Should Marvel have waited to introduce such a powerful villain? Or is this the perfect time to bring Doom into the mix? Share your thoughts in the comments below. Fantastic Four First Steps, the movie we've been waiting for. Are superhero movies getting stale? Enter The Fantastic Four First Steps, a breath of fresh air that revives the beloved team. With 3 stars, this film delivers a vibrant, efficient adventure that fans and critics alike have long awaited. But here's where it gets controversial. How does it manage to stand out in a crowded Marvel Cinematic Universe? The journey to bringing the Fantastic Four to the big screen has been fraught with challenges. Josh Trank's 2015 attempt failed despite featuring Michael B. Jordan as Johnny Storm, known as the Human Torch. Tim Story's 2005 and 2007 entries cast Chris Evans as Johnny, but neither left a lasting impression. Perhaps the most notorious was Roger Corman's rushed 1990s production, made on a shoestring budget to secure the franchise's rights. These earlier versions emerged from a time when corporate mergers were less common. However, the acquisition of Marvel and Fox by Disney marked a significant shift. Disney's insatiable appetite for content parallels the monstrous hunger of Galactus, the film's primary antagonist. True to Stan Lee and Jack Kirby's original vision, Galactus is preceded by his herald, the Silver Surfer, played with depth by Julia Garner. Despite her metallic appearance, she exudes a profound sense of sadness. The film opens with a TV special celebrating the Fantastic Four's past victories before diving into their current lives. Vanessa Kirby's Sue Storm contemplates a pregnancy test, a surprising nod to modernity in this otherwise retro-futuristic setting. Her husband, Reed Richards, Pedro Pascal, acknowledges that even geniuses can be foolish. This sets the stage for the main conflict, negotiating with Galactus, who demands an offering akin to biblical sacrifices. When the Fantastic Four refuse to comply, they devise a plan to unite Earth's governments in a coordinated defense. This ambitious strategy, executed in a few swift scenes, showcases the film's focus on brevity and impact. In an era of marathon blockbusters, this approach feels invigorating. Interestingly, First Steps follows the trend seen in other recent Marvel films like Superman, skipping the hero's origin stories. Instead, it places them in a world where they are already celebrated figures. Directed by Nat Shackman, who brought us the innovative WandaVision, the film takes place on Earth 828, separate from the main Marvel universe. This allows cinematographer Jess Hall and production designer Khosrow Farahani to craft a unique aesthetic that stands apart from the typical MCU look. Each actor shines, particularly Pascal and Kirby, who explore the complexities of their relationship. Even supporting characters like Paul Walter Hauser's comedic Mole Man and Natasha Lyonne's teacher drawn to Ben Grimm add depth to the narrative. In conclusion, the Fantastic Four First Steps offers a refreshing take on a classic team, blending nostalgia with modern sensibilities. It's a testament to what can happen when filmmakers prioritize storytelling over spectacle. What do you think? Does this film live up to your expectations of the Fantastic Four?